First thing, I was really proud of our team because, you know, obviously we took the 1-0 lead and then they answered immediately with a 3-spot. And to our guys' credit, we fought back. Now I told them I'm about tired of falling behind and having to fight back, right? Like, how about get a lead, get ahead, stay ahead, then use your head. But really proud of the way the guys have just continued to not get rattled and not to let things bother them. I thought our bullpen, when you start thinking about the job that we got from the freshman Mason Hazelwood, from the senior Alec Malley, Zach Hockey got 2 big outs, and then Chris Mockimer again, I thought they gave us a chance to win that baseball game because obviously Zach Thompson didn't have his best stuff today.
Nick, to your point, every time they scored, you scored. You answered every time.
When you have 2 really good teams going at it, much like a heavyweight boxing match, you have to keep throwing punches. And you know what, to their credit, they keep having opportunities themselves, right? I mean, it's even right there in the 9th, it's not easy. But they keep throwing punches, we keep throwing punches, and when you have 2 good teams and 2 really good offenses, that's how it's going to go. And to our guys' credit, they keep swinging.
You mentioned 2 heavyweights. This game, the series kind of looks a lot like a super regional. Are you using this at all to kind of teach lessons that can be used in the postseason later?
Well, obviously we know the history of their program, right? I told Deadlock, before our game on Friday, that they've been to Omaha multiple times, right? That's a really good coach who has taken multiple teams. When you start thinking about junior college teams, when you think about, prior to him getting here, that's a really good coach, and they know what they're doing, and that's why we wanted to play. That's why we chose to play each other, because obviously I believe that's how you get better, is you play really good teams and you get exploited, and then, you get pitched great, you get defended great, and that's the only way I know to get better, is to play great in premier teams, and that's why we played.
I think on the sequence of squeeze bunts, did you all see something there? Was it something you thought you could take advantage of?
We spoke yesterday, there's 6 components to a good offense, right? And one of them is bunting, and the game just kept presenting that to us. So there's times where, it takes real courage to keep calling that over and over, but then give our players credit for them to execute the bunts. Right, and one play was bang bang. We had to go watch it just to make sure that we even got it right because they defended it so good. So that's what the game called for at that time, and to our guys' credit, they actually executed the skill.
I know you love Troy Squires, and to see him have a game like this where he does a little bit of everything, 4 hits. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Guys, I feel like these guys will tell you, our local. I just talk about him every game because when you think about a senior, he's a 5th-year senior who came here as an infielder, by the way, and a shortstop, and then he converted to a catcher with the previous staff, and then for him to just be in the lineup every single day, his level of toughness is just incredible. I mean, the guy is just committed to the weight room, he's committed to his body, and he'll do anything. Think about that. That's a special player who can lay down a bunt and also hit a 3-run home run. That's different, right? I mean, that's not your everyday baseball player, but that guy, man, I can't say enough good things. By the way, he just won the Frank G. Ham Society Character Award that was given to 21 student athletes that exemplify commitment in the classroom, community service. This guy was one of 21 student athletes that just won that award. So in our program, we talk about the student person player all the time. This is a guy that last fall, not this fall, last fall, perfect 4.0 GPA. He's in graduate school. So when you start going through the list of the student, the person, obviously he won one of the most prestigious awards our university can give, and then obviously the player piece. I talk about him every game because he does something every day to impact the baseball game in a positive way.
Today was another example of how deep your pitching is this year. You've got SEC play coming up next weekend. Obviously, Thompson didn't really have his stuff today, but like I said, your pitching is just so deep. How important is that?
Yeah, I think in a perfect world, we get spoiled because you think about Zach last week, you think about all of our starters being able to get us into the 6th inning and on. There's going to be times where that doesn't happen. So for guys to be able to step in, and again, I thought I'd have to go see the video, what kind of pitches McGeorge made, but man, the innings that we got out of Hazelwood and Malley were just crucial. It allowed us to move the game along and keep it going. So every time a guy maybe doesn't have the outing and someone else goes, I just look at it as an opportunity for somebody else. And every time someone gets another opportunity, our team gets, as you mentioned, deeper and deeper and deeper, and your team can keep growing. Much like with Pompey's injury, someone else had to play. The same thing happened last year with Evan. Someone else had to play, and anytime that happens, someone else gets an opportunity, and to our guys' credit, they've responded.
Could you talk about the day Becker had, especially the role this brick wall played, both the good and the bad of his play?
Well, let me tell you how tough he is. So he runs into the brick wall, and bangs his knee. And I run out there, and I'm trying to get him to run around and do some sprints. And I said, hey, why don't you squat down? Let's maybe do some running or whatever. He said, Coach, I'm good. We got to get Mally going. He's throwing strikes right now. He's ready. Let's get him going. And I'm like, come on. Again, there's a senior, right, who's just basically, by the way, why did he even back up here?
Right.
Well, because he's sprinting his butt off to do the best thing for our team. The same guy that wants to run into the wall is also the same guy that says, I'm good, Coach. I promise. We got to get our pitcher going. He's doing good. I mean, you know what? And Becker is not the only one. We got a team full and a locker room full of guys that are selfless. And to do something special and to do something that's never been done before, that's what it takes. But our seniors really showed well.
I don't remember which one of your guys came over and said this, but one of them said, we thought we were pretty good at this time last season, but we know we're a good team.
Well, last year, I think every year is different. And I knew we were good the whole time. But the players are the ones that ultimately have to believe that. And we had that special weekend to open SEC play, and I think a lot of them at that moment go, wow, we're really good. And every player and every team, we can tell them all they want, but the bottom line is we talk about victory has to be earned every day. Every day. It's not just, hey, maybe twice a week or once a week. You have to earn it every day. Even when under NCAA rules we can't practice, they got to find ways to get better on their own. You have to do it every day. And anytime they start believing, right, it doesn't matter about us. We can tell them how good they are till we're blue in the face, Kentucky blue. But when they believe it for themselves, that's when our team. And you know what? I hope we have a dugout full of people, but if not, maybe some guys are harder to convince and they don't believe we're great yet. But the bottom line is we just got to keep getting better, and victory has to be earned every day, and we've obviously done that the last couple of days.
That's a good pitching staff that you guys have just put up double digits on, and just keep doing it. I mean,
Well,
that's something obviously for your lineup.
Yeah, the lineup is really deep, but like you mentioned, that's a really good pitching staff. But we've had to do it a bunch of different ways. We can't just stand up there and just think we're going to hit them. That's how good they are, right? That's a lot of respect to a team that where you have to maybe start bunting and stealing bases and do some different things. Because if you think you're just going to stand there and just hit those guys and just wear them out, no. You're not going to be able to do that and score a bunch of runs. You got to do all the other pieces that we've been able to do so far.
A lot of patient at-bats, too.
That's the whole key to our offense. I've said it from day one. When our ability to command and control the strike zone is key for us. When we do that, that puts a lot of pressure on our opponents. But you're only as good as the pitch you swing at. Thank you all for being here.